Morning YouTube hikers, Ray from Hike-ALOT. Hey, I get asked all the time what I do about bugs when I'm outside. Take you through the treatment plan that I use to keep those little jokers at bay. Okay, so the first step, hands down in my book, is the most important one. Permethrin. And this is the aerosol can. I usually use the pump bottle. When I got this one, this was all they had. So this is pre-treatment for your clothes. Go through and spray this on a couple days before your departure. I spray my shoes, I spray all my clothes. What you don't want to do is put this on while you're physically in your clothes. This is for you to soak your clothes down with, and as a pre-treatment, and then let it dry off and then put these back on. But this stuff, kind of as a general rule of thumb, if it crawls, creeps, or flies and gets on you, it just does pretty good at repelling those and keeping those off. Normally, as long as I'm wearing this, I've never had issues with chiggers, I've never had ticks, I've never had just about any of the normal stuff. Doesn't do a whole lot for keeping the mosquitoes and stuff off of my body. We'll address those in the next item, but this one, hands down, this is a must-have. Permethrin, there's a couple different companies that make it. I typically buy the Sawyer one, but there's a few out there, so check them out. Stuff is awesome. If you're not using it, definitely pick it up. Okay, with that Permethrin, we can go through and we can treat our clothes, but that doesn't do much for our skin surfaces, and that's where the Picaridin comes in. Now, I like to use the Picaridin Lotion because I feel like it works better. It does come in a pump bottle, and there's also a little bitty spritz tube, which is significantly lighter than this, a little bit less than this, but I actually have better results with the actual lotion. There's plenty in each of these little pouches. I'll actually open one of these up so you guys can see it. You buy these, it comes in these little individual pouches, and so I'll usually go through, and this is plenty for like one whole treatment of my head, my neck, my arms, the whole 9 yards. And so I will usually put one of these per day that I'm traveling in my pack. On a side note, at camp one day, I had leafcutter ants coming off the tree down my hammock straps. I put some of this on the strap about 2 inches in from the tree, and 5 minutes later, not only did I not have them on my straps, I didn't even see them anymore on the tree. I'm sure they were up there somewhere, but they weren't doing the up and down on the tree either. So this stuff works awesome. Okay, lastly, when I am not worried about weight whatsoever, I will unpack the Thermacell, and I'll take it as well. It runs off of, let me just pop it out of here. A little container here, pop the bottom off, it runs off a little butane cartridge at the bottom. Just screws out. These usually run for, the butane cartridge is good for about 4 hours, depending on how high up you turn it. And then you see on this little hot plate goes this little pad, and this is where your actual repellent is. So when you light the Thermacell, turn the little knob, click the starter button here. And if you look down inside here, you will have a little bitty flame that just lets you know it's lit, and then it heats this metal pad inside here, and that then pushes the repellent out of this little mat. These little mats, I think, are good for about 4 hours, and you have to toss them. This is an old one. So these things, if I'm not worried about weight, these things are awesome. They put a cloud of buggy death around me, usually about 10 feet. So if I'm trying to protect more than just myself at camp, I'll use these. Has little side pouches over here, little side saddles for extra butane cartridges and mats. They all fit down in there, self-contained. Comes with a little clip on the back. If you're not worried about weight, these things are awesome as well. Okay guys, I know that was a quick video, but it's a simple answer for me. If I'm asked, how I treat bugs, it's one of these approaches to it. Hopefully you guys found that beneficial. And as always, if you're out on the trail right now, just remember, left foot, right foot, repeat. We'll see you out there soon.